The U.S. Defense Secretary will arrive in Poland next week. Before that, Pete Hegseth will visit Germany and Belgium, where he is expected to hold talks with defense ministers of NATO countries and attend a meeting of the Defense Contact Group on Ukraine. This is the first overseas trip of the new Pentagon chief, with high hopes surrounding it. In Poland, however, there are growing concerns about whether Donald Tusk's team will be able to forge good relations with the new White House administration. Last night, sirens once again wailed in Kiev. Only one of 139 Russian drones reached its target in Ukraine. A quick end to the war in Ukraine is one of the top priorities of President Donald Trump and his administration. The new Pentagon chief, captured here in yesterday's footage from a meeting with his Australian counterpart, is scheduled to discuss this with his NATO counterparts next week. The final leg of Pete Hegseth's pro-European trip is Poland. He will meet with Polish leaders to discuss our strong bilateral defense cooperation, continued deterrence efforts along NATO's eastern flank, and Poland's leadership as a model ally in defense investment and NATO burden sharing. The secretary will also visit U.S. troops stationed in Poland to discuss their key role in the region. The head of Poland's Ministry of Defense reacted enthusiastically to the news. U.S. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth will be in Poland in a week. This is great news. Poland is one of the first countries that the new U.S. Secretary of Defense will visit. This is an expression of the strong partnership between Poland and America. I look forward to this visit and fruitful discussions. Poland has indeed been treated as a trusted ally by the United States for many years. Evidence of this is the approval of the Polish Army's purchase of state-of-the-art armaments, including the fifth-generation F-35 fighter jets, but according to some experts, this changed after the change of government in Warsaw. These are people from outer space as far as their military competence is concerned, and in general, Tusk is a man who has never been able to, does not know how to, and does not understand what using a country's defense and military capabilities to build its geopolitical and strategic position is all about. Added to this are the mistakes of recent years. This photo has already passed into legend as an example of the lack of elementary political imagination. So is the entry by Bogdan Klich, the current head of the embassy in Washington. The testimony before Congress that Trump wanted to join the rebels occupying the Capitol is frightening, but not surprising. Let's remember that it was friendship with this unbalanced and disrespectful of democracy politician that was supposed to be, according to Law and Justice, the guarantor of Poland's security. Calling the president of the United States a lunatic, despot, and Russian agent apparently did not escape the attention of the Americans. Thomas Rose is to head their embassy in Warsaw. That the ambassador is changing is one thing, but the political context of this appointment is incredible. It is an absolutely harsh slap in the face to Donald Tusk's team. Thomas Rose has repeatedly criticized the Tusk government, for instance when public media was forcibly taken over. I'm curious as to how the New York Times, which spent 8 years inveighing against the threats to democracy posed by Law and Justice's alleged control of the media, will find a way to spin this grotesque act as yet another move to restore democracy in Donald Tusk's Poland. Poland will most likely remain an important partner for America, but the form of dialogue between Warsaw and Washington through the new ambassador may change. The fact that this man will be in Poland is a very good thing, because he will be the face of America in relations with the Polish authorities, and I think that the way of discussion, the way of conveying information, will be very important here. We will have a foretaste of the changes on the Warsaw-Washington line in less than a week, during the first visit to Poland of a senior official of the Donald Trump administration.